Hello, my marvellous sausages. Now, have you ever thought about exotic ornaments meaning a bit more than just a gun looking nice? Because, of course, some of them are gorgeous and just make you drool and go, I want one. But some of them are so disgusting they make you puke. How weird is that, eh? It's all in the eyes of the beholder at the end of the day. But some of these ornaments go beyond just changing how it looks. They actually physically change the sights on a weapon, and that can make it a lot easier to use. So what we're going to do is go through the exotic ornaments that change the sights on a weapon so you can see if it's worth having or not. Now, the first gun I'm going to look at is the Dead Man's Tail, and this is the one that really got me looking into all this and investigating and rummaging around, because in the store this week we've got the Dead Man's Revenge ornament, which I bought because I thought it looked so bloody good. So it's this one here, look. It's 1,250 bright dust this week, so pick it up just in case you haven't. But when you change it, you can see here, look, it completely alters the top of the gun and hires the sights up as well. Let me put it back to the normal one. I'll put this one on and show you first of all what it looks like before the change. So let's just line up here, and you can see there we've got like a reasonably tidy sight. Excellent, nice shootage. But if you look at the Dead Man's Revenge, let me put this one on here. Look at that! Ooh, it's so much clearer. And look, you've got the nice little glowing tip there, which is a better contrast. It seems wider and it's longer as well. And believe me, I took this baby into the Crucible and I was getting much better hits solely because I think the sights are so much easier to look down, and it just seemed to be a bit more generous as well. So there we are. That's the first one I think you're going to make a big difference with. It's called the Dead Man's Revenge. Here's a side-by-side comparison. There's quite the difference, isn't there? Bloody hell, look at that. Much better. Next one we're going to have a look at is the Mida multi-tool, the good old Mida multi-tool. Not many people use it at the moment, but it's bloody brilliant, especially in the Crucible. And I'm trying to get the catalyst for it at the moment, so I've been using it quite a bit. And what I've noticed is with this is the standard getup. Isn't it lovely looking? Yes. But if you have a look through the sights of this baby, you can see you've got what they call like a little chevron there. Now, I always thought that you had to shoot this with the target being just above the tip of the arrow. Here we go, nice bit of distance here, so you can aim it on the top. See, but that does get him. But anyway, they say you're supposed to put it on him like a hat like that, and that's how you get them killed right at the tip. But anyway, it can lead to a bit of confusion because it's an arrow and it's a point. But there are universal ornaments that change this into a red dot sight, which you might find more agreeable if you're fussy that way, like I am. So what we've got, you can either change it to, it's this one here called Desert Camo. So we'll just put that baby on, and I'll show you that one there. And there's also another one called Digital Ops as well. So I don't know, I quite like the battered version of it. Look, there we go. We've got a red dot sight there instead. Plenty of killage. Brilliant distance weapon, this. It's a fantastic scout rifle. It's completely brilliant. Anyway, so there we go. Next, let's have a look at the Graviton Lance Pulse Rifle. Now, this baby's got a few ornaments on it, but one of them is particularly brilliant, and it's this one. It's called the Particle Accelerator. It's a very sexy looking white number as well. There we go. Ooh, look at that, like Buck Rogers. But what this does, it adds rails, look, to the heads-up display, I suppose, to the actual reticle. And you can see when you shoot as well, it pulses along, and you get them in basically that little crosshairs there, and they're in the dead zone. And it's, I don't mean that Stephen King film, I mean this dead zone there. It's great, look, it's marvellous. Next, let's have a look at the Polaris Lance, an absolutely stunningly beautiful exotic. But the ornament I really want to show you is this one here, the Ikelos Field Tuning. Let's put that baby on. Now, the barrel's a lot stubbier, and it's not as sexy, but it's got a much clearer sight for doing the precision shots to get your perfect fifth look. So, because if you look here, it's not going to be around the edge. Now, the lights are going to light up along the bottom there. So, there we go. See one there? Oh, go on. No. 2. There we go. 3. And there's a 4, so this will be the 5th. Excellent. So you can see it's a lot clearer to see, and there's a lot less clutter around the outside as well. So I do think that that is probably practically the best sight choice of the two ornaments for the Polaris Lance, which I love dearly. Next, we're going to have a little look at the Wardcliffe Coil Exotic Rocket Launcher. Now, the sights this has got, right, to be perfectly honest, you don't really need sights with this because, look, it's just bananas, right? However, you can zoom in, look, and that screwy bit sticking out there is kind of your sights, really, but Well, it's not very good, is it? But we do have an ornament called Vostok. Let's pop in here and down here, and there it is there. So we'll stick the Vostok on, and then when you bring this one out again, look, you've got a proper, decent sight on it, which gives you a bit of zoom and a bit of smoothness and even a bit of a tracking reticle there as well. Look, going with your sense of movement. So this is a pretty cool thing to have. Next, let's take a look at the Vigilance Wing Pulse Rifle. This is a great pulse rifle, very effective in PvP, but it's also marvellous in PvE as well. Look, let's just give some kickings to him. There, I shot all around his body without actually hitting him. There we go. But you can see the sights there. They're quite close, they're quite tight, but it is quite cluttered. Now then, let's have a look at this ornament. It is called, I can't remember it exactly, it's the Vigil for Saint 14. Let's apply that, baby, and have you noticed it really slims the gun down, look, compared to the original ornament, because you've got quite a few extra bits and bobs on it, and it's very, very pretty, but of course it's quite extravagant. So let's put this on. It slims it down, but watch these sights now. My gosh, look, it's like taking all the furniture out of your living room and wandering around. There's so much more room. And you can see here a quick little side-by-side comparison. Bloody hell, it's got at least 10 miles more. So anyway, that's a fantastic ornament. I want to quickly go over a few others as well. Now, I don't own these ornaments, but I'm just going to tell you why they're great, and if you've got them, why you should be using them. The first one is for the Hawk Moon, and it's called the Austroraptor, yeah, that's it. And the reason why it's so fantastic is, of course, it's absolutely gorgeous, but it's got the extra glowy green bits here on the sights there, on the iron sights, and it makes it a lot cleaner to use. The Thorn has also got a good sight, and it's this one here. It's called the Heretic Robe. Now, if you look at the Thorn there, you've got those swishy uppy bits like flattened rabbit ears. Well, this one kind of does away with all that, and it's a much cleaner looking sight look, so it's quite nice, and something that people say is very useful indeed. Nice that. The Outbreak Perfected is a fantastic exotic pulse rifle, and what we've got here is this one called, it's that one called the Matter Scourge. Now, what this basically does is that it gives you a red dot sight in the center and gets rid of the two little arrows pointing outwards, which it uses as its targeting thing. So if you like a red dot, that's how you can do that. The Devil's Ruin has also got a nice exotic ornament. It's this one called the Devil's Advocate, if you have a look at it there. Now, it actually doesn't look as good as it, but what it does, it gives a true red dot sight as well. And finally, on the red dottage front, we've got the Lord of Wolves. If you like a red dot, there's bugger off down here. And it's this one. It's called the Packmaster's Command. Red dot sights ahoy on that too. And don't forget, let me know in the comments if there's an exotic ornament that you use that gives you a good advantage. It'd be fascinating to find out what's there. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage out.